Hello and welcome back to the Premier League preview. We're again in the Sherlock Holmes. Hope you enjoyed your cup weekend. I certainly did. Had a bit of a lucky punt yesterday and it was fantastic. So we'll get straight into the football again. Saturday has a massive weekend of football in the Premier League. We've got 6 matches all kicking off at 2 a.m. on Saturday night. The first of those is Arsenal versus Fulham. Arsenal were a bit unlucky last week to go down to Man United. They played quite well until sadly Jack Wilshere was sent off for a second yellow. Van Persie, of course, scored against them, but we'll move into that a bit more later. This week they play Fulham, who had quite a solid 2-2 draw last week against Everton. They were behind for a bit, Fulham, but they came back and rescued a good point at home. This week, Arsenal probably get back into their winning form. I reckon they're going to win 3-1. And that night as well, we have Southampton hosting Swansea. Southampton are struggling a lot this year. They're in the relegation zone. Swansea, on the other hand, are playing quite well. Good football. They should beat Southampton 2-0. Then we have Wigan versus West Brom. Wigan managed to somehow beat Tottenham at the Lane last week, 1-0. It was a fantastic performance. West Brom, on the other hand, they're sitting 5th in the Premier League table. They could make Europe this season. You never know what will happen. Still early, but we could see. They'll go to the DW Stadium up in Lancashire. They'll probably win 1-0. Then we have Reading versus Norwich. Both sides, a bit iffy. Reading aren't looking too great this season. Norwich are starting to get there. They'll probably, another mid-table kind of season. That'll be 1-1, I would say. Then we have Stoke versus QPR. QPR were so close. They're still yet to win a match this season. They've only had the 4 draws, which is keeping them well at the bottom of the table. Stoke, again, okay. But I think I'm going to have a big tip this week. After hitting the post in the 90th minute, they could have won it for QPR. They're going to do it this week. They'll break the duck, they'll beat Stoke, and they'll get the season back on track and maybe start saving Mike Hughes' career. And then the last match of Saturday, 2 a.m, is Everton versus Sunderland. Again, Everton very unlucky last week. They're starting to get a bit better, showing some patches. The first goal for Fellaini was a lovely cutback and a good finish. The second, classic Everton long balls, but that's what they do. Probably should have won in West London last week, but a bit unlucky. Sunderland, on the other hand, unlucky to go down to Villa, but they're still they're a bit of an ordinary side. I don't really rate them this season. Everton, on the other hand, really, they're going to push for Europe this season. I mean, Europa League at the very minimum, the way they're playing. I'm going to say they'll win 2-1. Then later that night, we have Aston Villa versus Man United. Villa are starting a very tough couple of weeks. This week they play United, next week is City, and the week after that is Arsenal. That's 3 huge matches for them. They did very well to get 3 points last week, and probably struggled against United, who are slowly getting better, sitting on top of the table, and by that United standards getting better, of course. United will probably win 2-1. Then on Sunday at 12:30, going into Monday morning, we see last season's champions Man City host Tottenham. Tottenham, of course, lost to Wigan last week. They're still not as good as they could be under AVB. Man City, on the other hand, struggled against the Hammers last week. Unlucky to not get beaten there. And a 2-2 draw against Ajax in the Champions League midweek has seen them probably going to crash out into the Europa League for a second season in a row, which has to beg, what's Man City doing in Europe? I don't know, but this is the Prem. Spurs not good enough to go to the Emirates and get a win. That's going to be 3-1 to Man City. Later that night, we have Newcastle versus West Ham. West Ham played very well, nice direct British style against City last week. Unlucky to have a goal ruled for offside, which could have seen them beat last season's champions, but nonetheless, Newcastle still not too bad under Alan Pardew. I'm going to say 1-1. And then probably a game of the week this week, early Monday morning at 3 a.m, sees Chelsea host Liverpool. This has been quite a big clash over the last few years, and both sides are getting better. Chelsea, not a bad side. Liverpool slowly getting there. Suarez is pretty much carrying that team at the moment. He's in fantastic form, whether or not you hate him or not. I think we're going to see both Torres and Suarez score a double here. It's going to end 2-2. So that's us for another week. Come down to the Sherlock, have a look. Hopefully your cup weekend was good. And if you got some winnings, maybe come down, spend it over the bar a little bit, come and watch some football. I'm Shane Palmer. Thanks for watching.